What is good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm reviewing Around the World in a Day, the 1985 release from Prince. This album followed two seminal classics from Prince, probably his two most critically acclaimed albums in 1999, which really blew him up with songs like Little Red Corvette, Free, and opening up, of course, with the title track 1999, which gave him, I believe, the opportunity to make his movie and album and his most critically acclaimed album, Purple Rain. This album came out right after Purple Rain. This was the album right after that. So it had big shoes to fill, to say the least. Now, I love this album. The reason I bought it originally is because it has my favorite song on it. Because I got into record collecting, I would say, I don't know, like 8 or so years ago, something like that, ballparkish. And Raspberry Beret is my favorite Prince song of all time, one of my favorite songs of all time, period. So I bought the album for that purpose. Then I just listened to the album all the way through, and it's an absolutely amazing journey. It's like Fern Gully or Secret Garden rated R. So take one of the, or Labyrinth, you know, like one of those gym, like Dark Crystal type settings, and just make it rated R. Throw that Prince edge, that Prince, the sexual innuendo and just direct sexual talk from Prince in there. And what's weird about listening to this album most recently, I listen to this album a few times a year. I love it. It's like a journey. So it's like Lord of the, that's that type of vibe. Like just you're this in this special place, and Prince and the Revolution is just telling you these stories and these songs, some more lighthearted, some more dark. Now what's weird with music, and what I love about music, and especially this album, listening to it most recently for this review, is depending on how you're feeling in your life, obviously music hits you and it gets those emotions going, but when you're in love, or you have just strong emotional feelings going on in your life at the time, music just hits you differently, and the lyrics hit you differently. As I mentioned, I'm very lyric oriented, and there's a lot of lyrics in this album that just I heard differently based on what's going on in my life right now. So we're gonna go through the whole album. I'm gonna go through most of the songs, focus on some more than others. We're gonna open up, of course, with the title track. Just like 1999, the album opens up with the title track, Around the World in a Day. And it's just like, much like I've prefaced with Illmatic, it's giving you that table setter for the album. It's letting you know you're gonna be taken on this journey around the world. Like you're just in this place. Just imagine, just close your eyes and just be taken away somewhere. It's very childlike, but it's very adult. And this song, Around the World in a Day, it just has that very pleasant sound, very lighthearted sound. And it has this instrument on there. I had to look up the pronunciation. I don't know the pronunciation, but I look it up. It's called an oud, O-U-D. It almost looks like a banjo with like a pot belly. Looks like something directly out of Lord of the Rings. If Lord of the Rings had a band going along with them when they were climbing up the mountain for umpteen hours, this is the instrument that would be going. Opening lyrics just kind of set you up. Open your heart, open your mind. A train is leaving all day. A wonderful trip through our time, and laughter is all you pay. Just beautiful, lighthearted lyrics. You don't have to worry about anything. You're not going to need money. Oh, you did need money to buy the album. But it's just taking you on this journey. And also, before we actually get started, I did want to, because that is the title track, but the rest of the album is like, that's a prologue. But I just wanted to point out, like, a lot of this cover art. You see it shows imagery from every song on the album. Raspberry Beret, America, The Ladder right there in the middle, Condition of the Heart, everything in there, Pop Life. And I just think it's very good. I bought it right there. You can see March 14, 2014. At least that's when it was put on the shelf. I bought it for $5. What a bargain. But yeah, we'll put that back there. But yeah, I just want to show the cover. And I love a gatefold album, because this album has all the lyrics in there. So if you're sitting down just listening to the vinyl, you can read it like a storybook almost. And that's how it kind of plays out, like an adult style storybook. Now the first, what I would say first song on the album, I'll say chapter 1, to get the journey started, is Paisley Park. Now Paisley Park is one of my favorite Prince songs, period. It's my second favorite song on the album. And to me, it's just about that special place that you go to. Everybody has that special place, you know what I mean? Some people, when you're a kid, usually it's your bedroom because that's all you have. You can't really go anywhere. But you know, as you get older, for me, it's still my house, my bedroom, but also my living room. And it's where you can just be alone. You can be by yourself. You can really listen to music. You're watching movies. You're having a cup of coffee. You're just spending time by yourself. You're just in your place of happiness. For some people, it might be taking a drive in their car. For some people, it might be going to a cafe or a restaurant. Admission is easy. Just say you believe me. Just come to the place in your heart. Paisley Park is in your heart. Just beautiful, lighthearted lyrics, just taking you away. Great first song, and because it gets a little bit heavier in the second half of the album, but he eases you in nice and smooth, just with some and the music video is very good. If you've ever seen the music video for Paisley Park, it's very beautiful. It's like just you're at this amusement park, and it's just all these it feels very childlike. Next, the next song on the album is Condition of the Heart. This plays out this is also very light, a very more kind of emotional journey, just kind of about having like foolish love, almost like a Romeo and Juliet type vibe, that type of story. Just, you know, that foolish young love you have. It's just a nice little song. I do like it. Keeps with the flow of the album, and not one of my favorites on there, but very pleasant. Opens up with a long piano solo from Prince. I shouldn't say it's not one of my favorites. It actually is a really good song. And again, nice little piano solo opened up from Prince. He does all the I believe this and Tamborine are the only two songs on this album where he does all of the instruments. I always say if Prince had 10 arms, he wouldn't need the Revolution, but you know, he only has 2, so other people had to play instruments. But this song, he plays all the instruments. Again, it's just about like that foolish young love. Thinking about you driving me crazy. My friends all say that it's just a phase. Every day is a yellow day. I'm blinded by the daisies in your yard. Again, just nice little light, young, foolish love type lyrics. Track 4 is one of my favorite songs of all time, Raspberry Beret. In here we start to get a little bit more edgy with the lyrics. I can't tell you why I love this song so much. It doesn't have anything like personal to me necessarily. There's no like, oh, this is taking me on a journey somewhere, or it's about reminiscing about the past, or you know, about self-improvement, whatever. It's none of that. It's just a fun song. Again, another lot of great music videos from Prince, and this is a cool one. He's in the music video. He's got his cloud suit on. He's got like a perm. He's got his white guitar, and he's just having a good time. And then the music video get like a little nice little intro to the song, which I always enjoy. So I always liked. Once I was able to actually watch the music video. I saw it on MTV years ago, but now, of course, on YouTube, you can watch it on repeat. But it's just about a silly song about a guy who works at a 5 and Dime. I was working part-time at the 5 and Dime. My boss was Mr. McGee. He told me several times that he didn't like my kind because I was a bit too leisurely. Just the kind of guy who was just lazy at his job. And then this girl walks in and he's just infatuated with her. She has a little raspberry beret hat on. Overcast days never turn me on, but something about the clouds and her are mixed. Just nice little fun lyrics. I love it. I hate that I can't play music, but it's just got like a fun vibe. It makes me happy. I listen to it when I'm happy. I listen to it when I'm sad. When I'm sad, to lift me up, and when I'm happy, to just maintain that moment of happiness. I would love. I could sit here and talk about it, but like it's not going to do any justice. It's like talking about a joke that I find funny, or like a dream that I had. It's relatable to me and anybody who just gets it. You know, that type of thing. But Raspberry Beret, very fun, poppy song. I think it gets all the essence of the album where it should be. It has that fun poppiness. It has just a touch of that edginess. He's just infatuated with this girl. He wants to touch her. He wants to hold her. She came in through the outdoor. I love that line in there. Last song on the A side, and also the only other song besides Condition of the Heart where Prince does all the instruments and the voices, the vocals on, is Tamborine. Now this is one, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that hit me differently when I listened to it this time. The lyrics felt very personal. Like, I always like this song. I am going to reference the lyrics. I want to make sure I get them right. I know I could go off the album, but it's just easier to do this. Oh God, here you are, prettiest thing in life I've ever seen. Close my eyes, what it's like inside your tambourine. Getting more, yeah. What it's like inside your tambourine. Obviously, you can get what he's going at there. And the end, I love. Now, this was a long days, lonely nights. Too bad we're not alone. Two long days, lonely nights. Too bad we're not allowed to scream. Guess that I'll stay at home all alone and play my tambourine. So he's just fantasizing about this girl he wants badly. He wants to touch her badly. He wants to, ooh, what's like inside your tambourine? But he can't have her, so he's playing his own tambourine. But yeah, very upbeat song. Very Prince song. So the second song on the B-side of the album is Pop Life. This has some nice strings on it, some nice drums. Gets back to more that Raspberry Beret pop, upbeat type vibe. Pop life, everybody wants a thrill. Pop life, we all got space to fill. Pop life, everybody can't be on top. It's just got a nice little upbeat type vibe. I always enjoy it. Nice little song to get back to get the flow of the album more upbeat and backwards going. Second to last track on the album is Ladder. This is a very ballady type of song. I like this song more than I've liked it before when listening to it this time. It's just about going up the ladder of life. You're gonna if you want to get to where you want to go, you're gonna have to go through some things you don't want to go through. It's not going to be easy. It's not an easy road, but if you stay focused, you can get there. The lyrics I like best from this are right at the end. And I don't know, just listen. It's weird, like again, like it's always weird listening to music. Just has that power where you can listen to it as as in your 20s, a teenager, and now, and it hits differently. I'm gonna read the lyrics just to make sure I get them right, because I don't want to mess this up. Because they did actually hit me differently this time. Everybody's looking for answers. Everybody wants to know how the story started and how it will end. What's the use in half a story, half a dream? You gotta climb all the steps in between. Just saying if you want to get there, you're gonna have to go through there's gonna be some rickety steps along the way. Very ballady type of song, but I do enjoy it. And the last song on the album, of course, had to be a Prince sex song. Prince writes some great sex songs. This one's not my favorite. That would be Do Me Baby, which is actually a good alternate take of, which I'll leave the link for down below. I actually found that out recently. And Cream, those are my two favorite Prince sex songs. He knows how to write these type of songs. Now I'm gonna read the lyrics actually off of the album, because there's a quote just in the gatefold here that I want to put in as a caveat. But again, this is another one hitting me differently based on what's going on. It's just about that, just temptation, just wanting of, and it's just being a vice. Everybody on this earth has got a vice, and mine, little darling, mine is the opposite of ice. Mine is the running hot water of the daughter of morality. In other words, this little prince thinks a lot about you. See? And then closes it out. Everybody in the room has got an urge. Mine is the temptation. It rains at the party where lovers splurge. Pop go mama when daddy gets a little too much. Purple electricity whenever our bodies touch. Now this is just let me hear that. It's probably the longest song on the album. I believe it's about 7 minutes. A lot of guitar riff in there, a lot of rock and roll type vibe. And oh yeah, I forgot to read that little part at the end. But yeah, it's just a very passionate guitar, like I said, rock and roll type of song. And longer song, has some good guitar solos in there. Saxophone, Ladder had saxophone in there, so closes it out. Now he has a little quote at the end of this, just as a caveat. Temptation is useless. Love is more important than sex. Now, while that's very profound of him, and I agree to a degree, but with great love comes great sex. And Prince knew how to write a sex song like no other, so it's very odd that he would put that at the, where he's kind of like saying, sex isn't that important, temptation. He's, you know, he's kind of like dismissing his own thoughts to a degree. But yeah, this is a great album, great journey you get taken on through the mind of Prince and the revolution. They work very well here. You got great instruments on here, strings, saxophone on the last two songs, that little ode in Around the World in a Day, Prince's piano in Condition of the Heart. Just a beautiful, lovely album. Absolutely recommend listening to this. Please, if you can, listen, get the CD, download it on like iTunes or whatever. Listen to it all the way through, no ads. Like I said, it's like a journey. Don't ruin the art for you. This is a beautiful piece of art. This is one of Prince's best albums. Again, it's my favorite album. I will be reviewing Purple Rain and talking more about my favorite musician and artist tomorrow. But guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate your time. Y'all take care, be well, and have a great day.